everybody, happy summer. You know what that means. This is a time where everybody's going on vacations, weekend trips, enjoying the summer air, and in 2 days, I leave for a girls trip to Lake Geneva. As a girl, you know I'm gonna need to pack a lot, but I need to keep it compact and lightweight, and we're gonna do just that with my new luggage. Here she is in all her glory. Bro, my phone really does not want me making this video. It keeps turning off, and I keep having technical difficulties, and I'm about to give up. This is July's carry-on suitcase in the color Orchid. I don't know if I said this before, but I have previously been using a different July suitcase, and I love it very much. It is not in this style, but it has a lot of great features that I really like. I have been using that suitcase for a couple years now. I've not had any desire to try a new one, but now that we have this one, I'm very interested in a lot of the new features that this one has. So let's kind of walk through the exterior of it. As you can see, the Orchid is this beautiful lilac color, and it's very sleek. It's got this nice polycarbonate shell with aluminum caps and then leather finishes on the nylon linings. The nylon linings are also water resistant and stain proof. We've also got a handle that adjusts to any height that you want. It doesn't just have like 4 levels that you could do. Like literally you just adjust it to whatever height is comfortable for you, and I think there's 20 different settings that you could do. That's really nice, so that no matter if you're short or taller, this suitcase is going to be comfortable for you to drag along. I would say after using this suitcase on a trip though, my favorite thing by far about it is the wheels. Let me paint a picture for you. Certain luggages have this really annoying thing or habit of theirs where it rolls differently on different surfaces. For example, like carpet with some suitcases is an absolute nightmare because it like is really hard to drag and feels like you put like 50 extra pounds on the suitcase. That is one of my biggest pet peeves with suitcases as someone who's traveled on multiple airports with multiple different luggages. Certain suitcases are not compatible with carpet. And what I've noticed about this one is that no matter what surface I've been on it with, which has been like tile, cement, gravel, carpet, grass, I'd say pretty much all surfaces that you would be rolling on normally, these didn't give me any problem at all. It was very smooth, very easy to pull. They call them their silent move TM wheels. Don't really know what that means, but it fits the name because it doesn't really make a whole bunch of sound either. Some wheels are really loud, these are pretty quiet. And as you can see, like obviously I've only gone on one trip with these, but the wheels aren't like worn and torn. Like that's probably my favorite thing about the exterior of the suitcase is the wheels and how easy it was to move on any surface that I was moving on. But overall, like as you guys can see, it's a very nice looking suitcase. I can't really say other than that. Let's take a look at what's at the top of the suitcase though, besides the handle and then our 20-step other handle. First up, on the farthest to the left here, we have our zippers that are locked into place. Obviously you have your security code that you're able to put as whatever code you want so that only you can get inside your suitcase. You set that after you get it, but the automatic default is 000. Whatever you set it to, you just push this little button here and they pop open, and then you're able to open it to whatever and get whatever you need out of your suitcase. The coolest thing about this suitcase that I've never seen in any suitcase before, because it's apparently the world's first, is the built-in tracker right here. This is July's trackable TSA lock, and they call it the CaseSafe. Basically, instead of attaching I forget what they're called off the top of my head. They're like the Apple trackers that people like put on their keys and stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about. Instead of putting one of those on your suitcase or in your suitcase so you can track your suitcase if it gets locked, this one has one built into it. This tracker is compatible with Apple's Find My network and then also Google's Find Hub network. So basically it's really easy. I have Apple devices, so all I had to do was go into my Find My app, hit the 3 dots, and then hit other devices, make sure this was turned on, and it popped up so I could wirelessly connect in like a couple seconds. It took literally 10 seconds to connect my phone to my suitcase. And now wherever the suitcase goes, my phone knows where it is and I can see it on my Find My app along with all my other devices. Pretty cool if you ask me. You don't have to worry about 1, losing your suitcase because you're always going to know where it's at, and 2, you have a lock on it so no one's going to be able to get into it anyway. So obviously that's super cool. And again, it's apparently the world's first suitcase that does that. Now that we've covered kind of the exterior of the suitcase, let's take a dive into the inside. Like I said earlier, to open it, you just press that button and then you're able to open your suitcase all the way. Voila. Here's the inside. Also pretty much just as sleek as the outside. It looks really nice in here. If you see a little bit of like residue, that's from my trip. So we have 2 sides. This is basically a big compartment locked in by 1 mesh zipper. Big pocket. You can fit a lot in here. I tested the first time I made this video and I was able to fit 36 t-shirts in here, I believe. You're supposed to be able to fit 6 to 8 outfits. I could probably pack more on that. The last July suitcase that I had, which was pretty much the same size as this one, I did a 2.5 week trip in. So I had 2.5 weeks worth of clothes, summer and winter. So those 36 t-shirts were just in there free floating. If you were to use airtight compartments, which if you're traveling for a long time, I really suggest you do so you can pack as many outfits as possible. You can fit a lot more than 6 to 8 outfits in here. Then on this side, we got a buckle compartment that you just open up. Basically, it just pulls tight so you can compact everything as much as you can in this side. This is a little shell that goes over top, another mesh compartment to keep like little things that you might not want just like floating along everywhere. I usually put like chargers and stuff in here, but I don't know, everybody packs differently. And then we got another compartment to pack whatever you need in here. I went on a girls trip, that's the trip I went on, so I was packing a whole bunch of makeup, a whole bunch of hair accessories, swimsuits, towels, my camera gear. If you know how a girl packs, that's how I packed for this trip, and I was able to fit everything in this suitcase very comfortably. The nice thing about this suitcase, I think, is this little hamper it essentially gives you, so you can put your dirty clothes and not get it on all of your clean clothes or whatever. Maybe you get something dirty or get something wet and you just don't want it touching all of your clean stuff. That's really nice. It's literally right here in a compartment on the side, and they give you a little bag for it. So, and then pretend there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. All you'd have to do is clip it shut and pull it tight, and then close it up, and then lock it tight. This video is not sponsored. I'm giving my full and honest opinion on this suitcase, and I've used a handful of suitcases, not as many as some people, because I'm still young and I just use whatever suitcase is given to me. But I really do like this suitcase. Not only the color, I do think the color's great, and the website has a whole bunch of other great colors, but there's a lot of features on this that make me feel very comfortable traveling. I know it's roomy, I know it's gonna fit my stuff, and it just makes traveling easy. The handle's comfortable, the wheels are nice to travel in. There's not really anything bad that I could say about this suitcase. Overall, I do really like this suitcase. Let's go! Okay guys, I am finally back from my trip. I didn't go on a plane, so I didn't have much need for the little Find My thing, but I'm going to show you how to set it up anyway. It's super easy. There's definitely someone staring at me through my windshield, and it is not creepy at all. So this is how you get it on your Find My for Apple users. Basically, you go to like the little 3 dots, hit connect an other device, make sure that the little button is turned on, and it should be able to connect. Obviously right now the tracker says it's at my house, but if I were to move anywhere, then it would just travel along with me. Overall, I really enjoyed the suitcase a lot. Not only is it gorgeous, but it's durable, very smooth and easy to travel with. It was super easy to pack in the back of the car that we traveled in. I don't know if you saw in one of the clips where we had everyone's bag. This was definitely the smallest and most slim fitting suitcase. I didn't have to worry about it being damaged by anybody else's bag or the weight of anything else. I am a girl who overpacks, so I was able to fit everything I wanted to pack in here and more for my trip. There's nothing bad about these bags, in my opinion. Instead of having to attach an Apple AirTag or whatever it is, or having to worry where your bag is, literally there's tracking built in. It has a lock. It's small enough to take as a carry-on, but it fits a ton of stuff. Like, I don't know what more you could want from a suitcase. I really like this suitcase. I will have the link to the suitcase in the description down below, and it'll take you directly to the suitcase on July's website. It's called the Carry-On with CaseSafe. Color that I got was Orchid. This was a limited edition color. I do not know if it's available right now because they have, I think it's 4 standard colors. They have limited edition colors, and then they have a couple pre-order colors as well. So I definitely be sure to go check out what colors I have available right now. They're constantly changing, but all of them are super pretty. Color for pre-order, and it's really pretty. They also have a blush pink, a navy, forest green, moss green, lavender, charcoal, and dark brown when I'm looking at it right now. These are ranging from $295 to $325 depending on what color you get. You can also personalize it, which I think is super cool. I did not do that. I just have the standard Orchid color as it came. In conclusion, I would recommend this suitcase to any traveler though, whether you're flying in a plane, going on a road trip. This thing is perfect. It's small, but it holds a whole bunch of stuff. Again, this video is not sponsored. I'm giving you guys my full honest review of this suitcase, and I'm telling you I have 0 complaints. I've used a July in the past, and I'll continue to use July in the future. This is definitely going to be my travel suitcase for a while now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, I'll have the link in the description to the suitcase if you guys want to check it out any further. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye!